Hello students, today we are going to study CSS selectors. CSS selectors are used to select the content you want to style. Selectors are the part of CSS rule set. CSS selectors select HTML elements according to its ID, class, type, attribute, etc. There are several different types of selectors in CSS. CSS element selector, CSS ID selector, CSS class selector, CSS universal selector, and CSS group selector. Let us look at them one by one. First, we are coming to CSS element selector. These types of selectors select an element to style. For example, this is the general syntax which you see on the top. So this one, students, is your general syntax where you write the element name. Remember that here element means tags, right? Which are the tags which you want to style. So element is the tag. Next we have the property and its value. Like P is the tag or element name and the color is blue. So this particular style element will apply blue color to all the P elements. Like for example, in this particular document, we all know that style has to be written under head. So we have the style tag. Under that we wrote P color blue. So what will happen? In this particular document, wherever we wrote P tag, the color will be changed to blue. The next type of selector which we are going to study is CSS ID selector. The ID selector selects the ID attribute of an HTML element to select a specific element. An ID is always unique within the page, so it is chosen to select a single unique element. It is written with the hash character followed by the ID of the element. Here we have under style tag, again we wrote an element. This one is your element. Okay, what is that? Here, since we are studying the ID element, okay, so CSS ID selector, right? So this hash para 1, okay, will change the style of those elements or those tags whose ID is para 1. For example, in this particular document, if you see this paragraph tag, the first paragraph tag has an ID para 1. So whatever styles we have mentioned here will be applicable to hellojavapoint.com. Okay, but the other ID, the other tag, the other P tag which is there without the ID hash para or without the ID para 1, this particular line's style will not get affected. Coming to the next class selector, that is the CSS class selector, next selector type. Okay, the class selector selects HTML elements with a specific class attribute. It is used with a period character, that is full stop symbol followed by the class name. For example, here if you notice the style tag, okay, here is your style tag. It has an element here which is written with dot center. And we mention the style here, okay, that is text align is center and the color is blue. What happens here now? Any tag, okay, any tag with this class, okay, can be, that style will be changed to whatever we have mentioned here. So in this particular document, what happens? Under body we can see first it is h1 tag. The h1 tag has class center. Even the p tag has class center. So in both the cases what will happen? the style will be changed. This style will be applicable there. Coming to the universal selector. Now suppose you want to target all the elements or all the tags which are present in that page. It is represented by star or asterisk. How is it done? Suppose we write star margin 0. So it resets the margin for all the elements which are present in that page. Here you can see we have the style, right? In the style we wrote star. So this star will be applicable for all the tags which are present in this page. So every tag will get the color red. This is universal selector or star. The next selector is group selector. Now, before starting with the group selector, understand the advantage or the advantage which we are getting with the group selector. Now, let us first go back to the first type of selector, that is element selector. In the element selector, students, what did we do? We have mentioned only one tag, right? Okay. If we erase this, we have mentioned only one tag here. What is that tag name? That is P. Okay. But suppose now you say that I want to apply the style, that is color blue, not only to the P tag but to some other tags also. What is the option? What is the better option that we have got here? We have got our group selector. What happens in the group selector? You can see element 1, element 2, element 3 all have got this particular style. So for example, here H1, H2, H3 all have got the style font family Arial and sans serif. What is this one, my dear students? This is a method for commenting. Let us see an example with this. Here we wrote a complete example where what happens? H1, H2, H3. All the three tags have this style, right? And the color is navy. So all these elements or tags, okay, that is H1, H2, H3, all will get the style which we wrote here. So this is group selector since we are writing it in a group. Before ending with the topic, my dear students, let me tell you one more thing, okay, which is very important here. Kindly note one thing, okay. When we were when I was starting with the topic, I assume that you know the basic HTML elements or HTML tags, so I have not mentioned anything about them. Firstly. Secondly, I assume that you know the basics of CSS. Now, can you tell me what type of CSS is this? Can you think and tell me what type of CSS is this? My dear students, this CSS or all the CSS codes which we wrote here, these are basically HTML codes, right? Where we have the CSS embedded in that, right? These types of CSS are called internal CSS files, okay? What is the meaning of that? If you notice this particular file carefully, okay, you will find that inside the HTML code itself, we have embedded the CSS style inside the style tag. Is this the only way to write CSS statements? Not really. It can be external file also, or else it can be inline too. But in all the examples which we have discussed just now, okay, while discussing the CSS selectors, I have only used internal CSS. That is, in that HTML page, your CSS is embedded. So what happens? This particular style which you have mentioned here will be applicable for the complete page. Okay, so I assume that you already know this. I did not discuss this before. So I hope this topic was useful for you. Thank you.